Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about representations of functions. Okay, so a function rule is an equation that describes the relationship between inputs, which is the independent variable, and the outputs, which is the dependent variable. So here we have our input is -2. Here's our mapping right here, y equals 3x. So we plug the -2 in for x. We get y equals 3 times -2. That's -6. That is the output. This is the independent variable because I can change it. This is the dependent variable because it's dependent upon whatever I put in for x. So write a function rule for the output is 5 less than the input. Okay, so basically I'm going to write a mapping equation like this. So the output y means equals 5 less than the input, so that would be x minus 5. Piece of cake. Write a function rule for the output is the square of the input. Okay, so that would be the output is equals the square of the input. The input is x, so it's x squared. Piece of cake. Okay. What is the value of y equals 2x plus 5 when x is equal to 3? Very simple. I take this, I sub it in here. Y equals 2 times 3 plus 5. Y is 6 plus 5. So y is 11. That's my value. Okay, now I want you to do these three. Okay, find the value of y when x is 5 for all three of these equations here. So pause the video, do those, and then jump back on to see how you did. Okay, so this first one here, we're going to take 5 and we're going to plug it in here. So we get y equals 4 times 5 minus 1. So y is going to be 20 minus 1. And y is 19. If you didn't show your work, then you didn't do it right. And that looks awful, so we're going to fix it. Okay, next up. Y is 10x, so we're going to substitute in the 5 for the x, and 10 times 5 is 50. And we're done with that one. That was an easy one. Okay, y is going to be 7 minus 3 times, what was it, 5, yes. Okay, so y is going to be 7 minus 15, and so y is going to be -8. So you should have got 19, 50, and -8. Moving right along. Graph the function y equals -2x plus 1 using inputs of -1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, so I don't know why they want you to do it this way. You can do it this way, of course. You can make a table, which is what they're asking you to do. They're asking you to put in -1, 0, 1, and 2. I know that you already know quicker ways of doing this, but we're going to do what they asked us to do here. So we would plug in -1 here. That would be -2 times -1 would be 2, plus 1 would be 3. So we're going to graph -1, 3 is going to go right here. Okay, next up, I plug in 0. That's easy. It comes out to be 1, 0, 1. It's going to be right there. Plug in 1, that's going to be -2, plus 1 is going to be -1. Right here. And I plug in 2, that's going to be -4, plus 1 is -3. So 2, -3 is going to be right here. Okay, and then, of course, this is a line. And there it is. Okay, so we're good to go. All right, so you can use a table. You could also remember there's your y-intercept 1. You're going to plug that right there. And then the slope is -2, so you're going to go down 2 to the right 1, down 2 to the right 1, and you get the same graph. Okay, the number of pounds P of carbon dioxide produced by a car is 20 times the number of gallons G of gasoline used by the car. Write and graph a function that describes the relationship between G and P. Okay, so P, the pounds, is going to equal 20 times G, the gallons of gas. Okay, so we need to graph that. So P equals 20G. So at 0, that's just 0. At 1, that's 20. At 2, that's 40. 3, that's 60. 4, that's 80. And 5, that's 100. And then we're off our graph right here. So here is our graph. So we go from here, right there. Okay. Piece of cake. Moving right along. Okay, so we're going to do problems 1 through 41 odd in class. I look forward to seeing you, and have a great evening, guys.